Oh, man, might have.
Testing, testing. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, we do have a microphone. That's nice. Oh, do I have a thing yet? I do. All right. Okay, we are playing a little more Dragons Down tonight. We played last night. Um, Tonight we have a different crew of characters. Same start in the sense that we're playing the like an exploration start with a couple hexes already. Hey, what's up, man? JJ, how are you? So we're playing Dragons Down again this evening. Before we get into anything else, uh, got a couple rando games I was thinking of just starting or at least doing a stream or two, but I had a good time last night, and so I wanted to do that again a little bit. Plus, I mean, frankly, you can never have too many board games. What's up, JJ? Well, that's kind of you to say. A lot better now that you're online. Jeez, man, that is your button. That's a lot of butter there, Seth. um, which is probably a line that you only want to hear with popcorn. So we have three different characters tonight than we did last night. I like trying out the different combos, and there's a lot of them, and so let's see what we got. We have the human soulless. Now this is going to be a little wacky. Oof, I don't like that angle at all. I was playing like that all last night. Jeez, that actually worked. We have the human soulless. So the soulless here, you'll notice this guy ends up with no maneuver. So his maneuver is always a 0. So he is hit all the damn time. So his goal is to never ever be touched. And he's going to work with black and gray magic. Our goal is to be hidden all the time and cast Fiery Chasm with 4 attack maneuver cubes. The Fiery Chasm, if it hits and the target is unhidden, they die. And it targets everyone in the clearing, including the Soulless. So the Soulless is going to be hidden and then nuke the clearing and move on. And that's what we're going to do. We also have Vapor Form if that doesn't work. And it takes, you see 2 gray and a random colored cube. And you might go, well, how the hell can you cast that? Well, our first goal as the Soulless here tonight is going to be to find a quiet tile, enchant it with gray, which will give me the 2 gray, and then we'll add a black here on the last one, cast Vapor Form, and then Vapor Form is permanent, which means it only requires a gray cube to be expended during combat to take effect, and then he cannot be attacked. So the idea is we're hidden and we nuke, or we have a gray cube in place and we are not hidden and we disappear into mist, which I feel is sort of thematic for a ghost, effectively. So our second character is an elf sorcerer. So this is not a new combination. This is a combination from the base game. One nice thing that I do love that the designer did was, after feedback from the players, actually all these class cards are 2-sided and they come with different loadouts. So you'll see that you could have 2 spells, a dagger, and 15 gold, or 3 spells and 10 gold. Similarly, you can play this Soulless either as a black magic caster or as a purple and gray magic caster. So I find that sort of, I mean, again, because now you have even more combinations. Now, oftentimes this is just starting gear. So, for instance, the cleric here gets either 3 spells, a staff, and 8 gold. So he's a caster cleric. Or you flip him over and he is an ass-kicking cleric. 2 spells, chainmail, and a mace. That's our. Back. I robbed our elf sorcerer of his moment in the sun. So we are a blue and purple caster. I don't know that this tentacles is actually going to do what I want it to do. Uh, but I'm gonna try it out and see. So the idea is this: we can be shapeshifted, and that shapeshift means whenever we burn a purple, then we can become whatever. So we can select a monster that's not a boss monster from the counter tray, and we can become one. Now, one of the great ones is an adult dragon because the adult dragon can fly. It is reasonably resilient. It has fireball. Giant bat's another good one because giant bat can get away from a lot of stuff because of its 4 time. But it's not super strong, of course. Spider is sort of interesting in that its attack is a 4 sharp, and it can get away from a lot of things. Again, Griffin can fly, can get away from stuff. On its other side, it's an okay attacker. So there's a lot of interesting choices. Adult Dragon, I feel, is sort of the obvious shapeshift choice um, just because you get fireball, you get fly. Now I took fireball, so I'm not looking necessarily to shapeshift into a dragon. I'm thinking maybe we shapeshift into a get out of jail free guy like a bat, and then we use fireball and shapeshift when we need to get out of dodge. Maybe. But this is permanent, so once we cast it, all it takes is a purple cube to burn. We don't have to cast it again. The idea here would be, so the sorcerer's power is that if they cast a spell with only a single color cube, so in other words, fireball, the attack time goes up by 1. So by playing 2 cubes here, the attack time is actually 3. Scott, well, I just started. Scott, how are you, sir? So what I'm thinking is Elf Sorcerer relies on this fireball, shapeshifts into, I don't know, a bat or a griffin, a get out of jail free guy, uses fireball to attack, and I don't know about this tentacles, although I have to read and figure out how I when he is hidden, can he cast this? And since he's not targeting anyone, does he then have to roll ambush? Would be the question. We have the designer here, so he can actually tell us. So, does a non-targeted spell require you to roll ambush? I have to go look. Which is unfortunate that I remember so little from session to session. So, um, no. I don't expect you to sit around and watch me fumble through your game, for sure. So, but we'll look up the ambush at some point in time in any case, just to make sure that we're doing it correct. But yeah, if we're hidden and we can get that cast off, then all of a sudden you can hit almost anything with this. And that becomes rather ugly. Now the problem again is that requires 2 casts. Heroes armed with a ranged weapon or casting a spell may do so from hiding. But casting any spell. So this doesn't seem like it matters if it's target or not, but you have to remain then hidden and so on. So, but nonetheless, as a setup, maybe that's a good setup. We'll see in a bit. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game, man. Like I am very impressed with how it all comes together. Um, I think if there's only one thing that I'm not say disappointed because that's a harsh word. I'm not disappointed with, but I find less interesting than I would like to is are the missions. On the other hand, I don't know exactly what you would do with the missions to make them more sort of engaging in and of themselves. So I sort of I don't know yet. Something to think about though. I will. Oh yeah, don't worry, Scott. Just enjoy. You do you, man. Don't, enjoy your evening and don't worry worry about us. But it is good to see you, and thanks again for all this. And I'm very excited, by the way, to get my hands on this thing for real, physically. Hopefully, sometime in the fall. Finally, we have the half orc cleric, and the half orc cleric is just he's a big brawler of a man. He's got chainmail, he's got a mace. I figured. Now, don't get me wrong, the life armor might be overkill, but I sort of figured that. Uh, yeah, man. You know, no, I think I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'll think about what how I feel about it. It just they just are what they are. But I sort of get it. What else are you going to do with missions? Um, but I do think maybe that's a good place for some variants, especially when you're doing the explorer variant where you're building the map as you go, because then a lot of the missions become amazingly difficult and actually totally random whether or not they'll ever get completed or not. So I do think maybe a variant pack of missions for the explorer game might be in order. So something I'm going to consider um, is what that might look like. So I figure life armor might be interesting because hey, if you can get a cast of this off, oh yeah, man, sure. Oh, you announced the next expansion. That is awesome. I'm super excited. Um, and as I said on the video last night, the one thing about this game is, though again, I think it probably hits. It's maybe just below Magic Realm in my heart of hearts. This will probably hit the table more often with my friends because my friends will be able to understand this as opposed to me having to sort of vaguely understand it for them. Um, so I figure stacking life armor for this guy might be sort of a fun. That gives him a second hit he can take without having to take wounds. And I think Turn Undead is probably redundant because of the cleric's special ability, which is to hopefully avoid um, all the undead. But if one of the undead is in one of the treasure sites already, we should be able to walk in and kill them all. That's our crew. Enjoy your dinner, man. Don't, like I said, thanks for stopping by and saying hello. So here's where we started. The cleric got the initiative, so to speak. So I rolled 3d6. Cleric won. He picked to start in the keep. And like I said, I start all these three characters, other clearings and sort of force them. Their first move is to go in and explore those hexes, just to spread people out at the beginning, because I don't love them to be all close in, all in the same spot. So I think we're ready for day one, actually, and let's see who acts. So it's the cleric first, sorcerer second, and the black cloud of soulless mist is third. So the cleric is going to utilize the keep. So because he's in a civilization spot, let's flip these over. I don't pick them ahead of time because I want them to, he has to pick. He has to choose to go there first without knowing what's in there. Vendor and empty. So the vendor, where the hell is the vendor? There's the vendor. Let's set him up. So we set the vendor up. The vendor has 3 treasures, 4 items, and 2 missions. Now let me grab these dice, by the way, so I don't. Let me put these there, So we're going to grab these. We're going to do a trade phase first thing. Let's spread these bad boys out. So spell scroll is interest peace pendant. Oh, that's interesting. One-time use. Got it. That's actually pretty interesting. George, how are you? Rooting for the soulless. Me too. What a neat character, actually. Very, very Witch King vibe. Oh, yeah. I was even reading the Discord. I'm like, God, I will. I am way behind in. I stopped playing this for a little while because I saw a bunch of rules updates, and I'm like, I don't know anything anymore. Let me go and read. Body parts to the crone. And where are we at here? I mean, the cleric's not just. I just role playing the cleric. I'm like, I don't know, maybe not, right? Eh, I think let's check the spell scroll. Let's shuffle that bad boy, and it is a purple. It is fireball. Not great for the cleric. So we'll take body parts for the crown. Sure. It's medical experiments. It's not evil. It's medical. I mean, you do have to draw an outlaw too. It's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Otherwise, I don't see anything that I'm super. Half orc cleric can rip your own body parts. Yeah, right. I'm collecting body. Oh, thanks, George. I'll talk to you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, and what is the time stone? One time use attack in this cleric that ties maneuver speed. Got it. That doesn't suck. Let's roll on that. And the vendor respects charm as it, right. Well, my guess is I don't have a lot of charm. So we'll, yeah, we'll haggle with him just to see. We'll take the mission. So that's one of the things. We'll haggle for this. We need a 1. We're not going to get it. So he tells us to go pound sand, and we do. I'm going to put that in there and just hope that I remember that that's what that's with. Let's group these bad boys and put them back with the vendor. And of course, again, remember that the missions, if you draw and there's not enough missions to redraw. So that's phase 1. He trades at the keep. And then, frankly, I think we're just gonna go 2. 3 will explore. Oops. 3 will explore here. Obviously, we're not going to place it like that. That's sort of clunky. And is there any benefit to putting it one way? No, that's way more connected. So I think we'll just put the meadows just like that. So trade, 2, 3 explore. And it does sort of suck to waste a phase. But having said that, no, we're gonna go in. Heck with it. We're going in. That's terrible, terrible, but we're doing it. And so let's see what this is. And it's a gate in 2. Done. All right. So next character is our sorcerer. The sorcerer gets to go in here, so he will go 1. He'll draw a wilderness tile, and it is the wrecked wagons in 1. So that's his first move, second, third move, and he is going to sneak. He's no dummy. He's going to sneak. Oops, I locked those. Well, there you go. And I unlocked that. So he's snuck. The cleric is not snuck. He is unsneaked, as it were. And now the soulless goes. The soulless also gets to move in, so he's going to go and get a mountain wilderness tile. So that's his first move. And it is the Forgotten City. So we draw 1 from here. one of the greens and one of the reds. And now they all flip. So we have a site, we have an item, we have a treasure. So that is pretty lucrative for the soulless. So the first thing is the crypt in 5. So the crypt is right next to us. The second thing is we're going to grab, and actually you know what? I'm just going to pile these up. So we're going to get a treasure and we're going to get an item. So let's do that. I do appreciate the fact that the soulless does not has a honest to god carrying capacity. Unlike now he cannot use the longbow because he has no red cubes. But he did find a spell book, so that is fascinating. So let's take a look at the spell book. 3 spells in the spell book. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go and flip these. Well, I mean, okay. We got. I don't love whatever the anchor points are down here. Let me kill some of these. That's a spell one. I'll leave that. Okay, so we have disorient. We have air sword. Neither of those is going to work for us. Curse might though, so we can do curse. So we will figure out if we want to learn that in a bit. Let's dump these here in a little pile, and we'll put the spell book sort of off to the side there. So that is just his first move. We haven't even gotten past 1 yet. So 1. Obviously, we're going to move up into the crypt. That's 2 and 3 because that is a double move. And then what I think we're going to do is we are going to sneak also. Ideally, what we would like to do. So this is not ideal. So here's the cheese that I was planning to do. I wanted to find something with nothing in it, like a just a tile with some garbage, right? Like maybe an item or maybe a gate or something, which I didn't really super care about. I was going to enchant that gray, then I was going to cast vapor form and have that in a permanent, have that in my back pocket. I want that crypt though. So first off, let me hit the crypt here. Crypt, set it up. So I want that crypt. So I don't want to enchant this with and cast vapor form because I don't want to be in vapor form here because I want to be able to loot the crypt. And in vapor form, can't do any of that. So we are done with the day. That is the short form of that. And now we roll monsters, and we're hoping, of course, to not be accosted by anything. So we got, looks like caves, and that looks safe for everyone. And we get the claw marks. That also looks safe. So it's a quiet day, and it's turn 2, and we're ready to roll here on turn 2. So, oops, there we go. Let's start this process again. The soulless is first. So, and the other thing is, I don't want to enchant this gray either, because ideally I would like to come back to the keep and trade. So there's a little bit of tension here in my head because I would love to just go for this, because it's not inconceivable that one of these other two just wanders on back. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to explore 1. So first thing, he explores 1, and it's the village. Love the dilemma. Yeah, right. It is. It's a dilemma, damn it. So we have the village in 4. Let's lock this. And I don't see any reason why that's not a good way to play that. Is there any reason to other what? No, we're good. Village is good. Where is the village? In the plains, no doubt. Yes. Um, so we're going to pop the village on 4. We do draw 2 civ tiles here. And I haven't entered, so I'm just going to put them down there. I don't think I can see them unless I go in. Now the nice thing is, so that does. So okay, so we explore 1, we move in as 2. Done. That's easy. So we can flip these. The scholar and empty. Let's look and see what the scholar looks like to us. He values intelligence. 4 treasures, 2 items, values intelligence. 3 treasures, 4 items, 2 missions. He has 4 missions. He values charm. We are way more, well, we are not uncharming, strangely enough. The Solus, well, I imagine the Solus has some, evil whisper thing going on, right? Like some worm tongue action. So, okay. So what I'm going to say is, so we explored, we moved in, done. Let's go 3, and that's our move, and then we will trade, and we will look at what the scholar has, and then that gives us sort of a good view of, do we care about this dude or not? Wolf Butcher, kill the Goblin King. Ooh, I like those. See, Swamper, I don't love that for this map because I don't know that I'll even see 5 swamps before. And then Dark Worshipper, possess 1 deep treasure and 1 treasure. And again, got to find the altar, which is fine. I think we're going to take the wolf. Whoop, geez. Okay, well that was awkward. Okay, let's not do that again. Spread these bad boys. I'm going to take Wolf Butcher because we can discard it at the village, and then we're going to take Dark Worshipper because I think we're at this point we're just roll. I mean that just makes sense, right? I mean he's the Solus, so he takes the missions. Let's look at all the stuff. Tome of Conjuring doesn't suck. A blue cube would not suck. A Tome of Power would be. I mean, Greatsword pointless. Can't wear any of the armor. So not worried about that. Potion of Might. What? That's a permanent Might cube, right? That doesn't suck. Strangely enough. Now you would think, well, why would you even bother? It's like, well, because you could pick up something like the Dagger of Bite or whatever and be doing. Having said that, obviously we're better off down here. Now I'm not going to be able to buy any of these, but it's nice to know he has them. So what that means is very simple. I'm going to sort of utilize the scholar as my trading partner here. So I moved Explorer, 1, 2, 3, 4, trade, done. So he is done with his day. So I'm going to return to the keep. I'm going to enchant this with gray, thus sort of killing it for me, but giving me my vapor. Or I'm going to move down to the steps here because the steps just, well, I mean, yeah. So anyway, sorry. Some of these turns take a freaking long time because I talk too much. Anyway, it's on to the cleric. So, so we're looking for the crone. And obviously we're looking for random treasures and so on. 1, 2, we're going to explore 3. I weirdly like up, and there you go. Wow, I've seen more civilization tiles than I did last night the entire game. So 16 turns that I played for whatever 3 hours, And I've seen more civs come up than ever. I almost like how the map doesn't follow the rules when you play in explore mode in a weird way. Um, I feel like it makes for more interesting maps than strictly following the Magic Realm paradigm. Let's roll. We'll see where the outpost is. It's in 4. So the outpost right there in 4. So we draw 2 civ tiles and we'll put them here. And I think we're going to go in. So that's 2. Oop, 2, 3, unfortunately. Empty and the smith. Well, okay. That's sort of cool. I sort of neat for the cleric too, just because he's as close as we have to a fighter. And we can certainly move there. We just can't trade also. So he is done. And then finally the sorcerer. So let's take a quick look at the sorcerer here. So I do have a little bit of a choice to make at the end of the first day. So I do cheat a little bit because when I play three-handed and I'm talking, there's sort of a lot that can slip by. So he would have had to have chosen whether he's casting Shapeshift. Unlike the Solus that has a setup, which has to be completed, this guy doesn't. He could cast right now. Not right now, because it's not there. But last night, he could have cast Shapeshift. So I think my plan is to use Shapeshift as a escape mechanism and not a attack mechanism. So in that respect, we are going to become a griffin, and I mean, I'm gonna put the griffin back for us here. So we have cast this last night. That wounds that chip, by the way, and I'm just going to put this on there to remind me that it's cast. And of course, I'm going to mostly play it on this side to get out of jail free. So that was last night. So I retroed that. I apologize. And we're going to try to find these wrecked wagons. So let's take a look at the wrecked wagon, which I think is probably in the plain, right? Yes. So let's set the wrecked wagon up. So one thing is that that's one of the places the bandits can show up. 2 treasures, 20 gold when we find it. So we don't have to loot this. It is simply it's a site that exists, but once we find it, it's done. I think it stays on the board, though. I think will the bandits still approach there? I believe they would. So we're going to search for this thing and see if we can't get an easy win here. Oh, and I need to start. I'm not really paying attention to their move cubes, their action cubes, so I should really pay attention to that. In any case, he's going to search and search and search. Hopefully, let's see what happens. So the first search gets us 1 of 2 that we need to find. And so our second search, we're going to re-roll just that cube, of course, and we find it. So very nice. I don't really need the giant gold coin because we're going to keep track over here. So that's $30. And I also, I think the wagons also count as a site, right? We actually get the points for the darn wagon, which is sort of cool. You get the legend point and the fame reward. So we do get a point, and we do get the fame, and we get $20, and you get 2 darn treasures, which is also nice because there you go. You get another one. So that was a big turn for our sorcerer buddy here. The Orb of Farsight, it's a legendary treasure. It gives us the points. In addition, it looks like we can search, or, well, what do we got here? Epic Treasure. You may perform a search in any clearing in the current map tile or an adjacent map tile. Sort of cool. Have to see. And then the symbol of stealth gives us what? An extra sneak action, which is great. In fact, here, we're going to copy that and paste a cube on there so I remember that I have an extra cube. So that was 2 turns. I'm going to explore for my third. And it always mostly behooves us to put a non-bad clearing, a non-mountain or a non-cave and so on. We put our stuff on there. So our third is to explore. Sure. And I do think we will sneak. And then I'm going to not count this cube until tomorrow, of course. We'll say that he rests up and puts that on and so on and so forth. So he is done. There's our day. It was a long, long day again for day 2. Let's roll and see what comes up. The first thing we get is monsters return, which is nothing because nothing has come up yet. He's in the village, so we don't get anything. Nothing. Wow. Okay. So it's quiet. It is a quiet day at this point in time. So I think we're done and we're ready to move on to the next one. So day 3. Solus is first. So the Solus has 1, 2, 3. He's got a little bit of a haul to get back to where he wants to go because he wants to get back to that keep. So I think we go 1, 2, 3, and then we will sneak today. We do need to find time to learn the curse spell. Right, learning a spell, yeah, done. So learning a spell is going to get us some points, so we are going to do that here, but not quite yet. We're going to wait until we can pull off our defense. Do you post a link to your videos on the BBG page? I don't. I'm almost never on Board Game Geek. I really should spend more. I should do a lot of things. I should spend more time on the Discord. I should spend more time on Board Game Geek. But I have too damn many hobbies, really, is what it comes down to. So I don't. All right, so the sorcerer is up and running here. What the hell's he gonna do now? So I'm feeling pretty good about where we are with him. I do need to get that purple cube back because the purple cube is super important to my fighting, right? So I do think that we are going to. So if we moved here and entered that, that's 1. We get an extra sneak, so 2. And then we could rest 2. So we're going to go into the dark passes to see what's in there. So that's cave. We get the wilderness tile. It always behooves you to move into here first as soon as possible because some of the chits are just plain old. You get a treasure, and you're going to want to be the one to get those. A site, and also again that's points potentially. So we got the shrine here. So that's 1. He's going to use his extra sneak as 2. I'm going to rest twice to get 1 cube back. That is 3 and 4. And then his 5th action, I can't do that much really. I suppose I'm going to alert just in case something does happen, that gives me the ability to use 6 cubes instead of the 5 cubes. So he is done. Now the cleric goes, and the cleric is a little envious of that shrine because that's part of his special ability is he can avoid enemies there. Having said that, I don't think avoiding enemies is this guy's gig. he he is bringing the word of God, his God, through a hammer. So we are going to trade with the smith though, because we have not seen what the smith has. Oh, and I really should real quick. So let me real quick. I'm sorry. I'm going to write down their quests if we have them. So we have kill wolves, and we have um, one deep treasure and one treasure at the where is it? The altar. And maybe you might be able to read that shorthand. You might not be able to read the shorthand. And the cleric has body parts. He has body parts to crone. Done. All right. So in the meantime, now he is looking for more things to do. 5 Wicked Woods tiles or jailbreak. At the keep, all natives must be dead. Huh. Well, who is at the keep? Who? Um, we have the village out. We have the keep, right? So who is at the keep? Would he be killing people at the keep? I don't know. What do we got? It's the knights at the keep. There's only 2 of them. There's only 2 of them. And they're slow. I mean, they do a ton of damage, but they are slow. he, I mean, is this an evil god, or he has light magic? But who's to say what is heavenly and what is diabolical? Um, Now keep in mind the main problem with our guy here. So he would have to, I would argue, he'd have to start hidden. Or that's actually sort of interesting, right? Could he walk into the keep, cast the spell hidden or not? He doesn't care, right? They're not attacking him, he's not attacking them, and then go to town on them and then challenge them effectively. So I'd cast Life Armor to give me that second hit. So I'd have the Life Armor, I'd have the Chainmail. I'd play All Out Attack. So two and 0, I think, and 3 strength in the mace. And I bet you he wins that. Well, with the caveat that these guys would likely hit him first. So in the first round, they would blow through his armor, both of them. Although maybe that's not true, right? Is this sort of so again? Is this like Magic Realm rules where 2 attacks that hit at the exact same time hit the same armor? Because these guys would both hit at the same time, unless one of them flipped. So I would have to look that up to determine. So okay, let me look at the rest of this crap. In any case, the battle axe is slightly better than the mace in the sense that you get a sharpness. You get a sharpness in there. Could always buy extra armor, but you can't. You're not going to put that over your whatchamacall. Guard charm allows you to avoid a wound. The spellbook doesn't suck. In fact, let's draw spells for the book. Oh, it's black magic, foul, heretic magic. Um, so I don't necessarily want. I mean, that I want that he wants. If length is the same, then yes. So effectively, if say both of them didn't flip, then he would get around where they would blow through one of the two of his armor, and then that would be a pretty much a almost guaranteed victory. If not, then you're going to run into the problem that on round two you will have no armor because they will have ripped you to shreds, and then you're going to have to um, survive that last round. We're going to try for this. The Smith likes charm. We are not that charming, really, when it comes down to it. So it's $15. No, okay. I think we're okay. I think we're good. And you know what? We are absolutely we're going to take the jailbreaker. We're taking it. We are. Uh, man. Yep. Have a good one. Thank you. Thanks for coming by. So keep dead. There's our second mission. Is everybody in the keep is dead. And like I said, I think we could do it. We might be able to pull this off, but only if we get lucky. So okay, so that's his first turn is simply to trade with that dude. Thank you, thank you. We're going to move to, and we are going to actually we're not going to move to. We're going to explore again here. So this is our second action, and we will explore. I don't think either of these matter too much, but we'll go that route. So trade, explore, move to pull the chit. It is a treasure. There you go. So that's sort of fun. Our cleric gets a little widget. And what is that widget? That widget is the king's. Well, now. I mean, one time use when in civilization, discard 2 outlaw tokens. I mean, who's to say? Can a cleric pardon himself? I don't know. Let's take that to the Supreme Court. Sounds like a bad precedent, but here we are. So we move in. So trade, explore, we move. Now we're going to sneak just to make sure that we don't get jumped. There you go. And we are ready to roll some dice here for monsters. The swamp is going to draw monsters, but no one is in a swamp right now. Bones, a pile of refuse and bones. No, we get orcs there. Oop, giants here. We get a single giant draws on the Solus. Ooh, a little dangerous. I don't like it. I don't like it for him. A single giant on the Solus. So let's check if the Solus can avoid fighting here, because if he can't avoid fighting, he's in a bit of trouble, actually. I didn't expect to get caught so early, but he is still hidden. Yeah, getting caught early like that would not be ideal for him. So he's going to remain hidden, and we need to get out of Dodge and get our plan enacted so that we can avoid those dangerous situations. So now, how would that battle go if we were hidden? Now we're not. Well, I shouldn't say that. We are hidden right now. Like we passed the check, so we are hidden. So how does that battle go? Let's check it. Maybe we fight instead of avoiding this. So we look at this guy. He has a 1-1 or a 2-0. We are hidden right now. We actually can do this fight. So let's do it. Let's do this fight right now. So, first round, this is an ambush round for us because we are casting a spell. So, we're going to cast just like this. So, we're casting Fiery Chasm. And with those, like if he flips, he's a 0. So, we're going to go 1. Oops, nope. Okay. Okay. That is an awful. I don't know what the hell happened there. Take that off. And we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So 1 and 2. So we're going to play. We can only play 5 cubes because we've not alerted. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. That's 5 cubes. The giant has to roll to see if he flips or not. He does not flip. So our attack goes first. It is going to hit because it overspeeds the giant. And as it says, all non-flying monsters and unhidden heroes in the clearing, including the caster, but we're not unhidden. They are killed. Poof, and gone. So, the Soulless, first off, he has to wound. He does have to wound that cube. These ones go back. We record 8 fame. And the giant is dead. And so we don't have to worry about this guy later. So, do I? I don't really care, but I am going to keep their kills just because that's sort of a fun gig, right? So that's the day. Now we're ready for the next day. And let's pull some chits. Sorcerer's up first, then the Soulless, then the Cleric. So the Sorcerer, I mean, I don't think you can fly in caves. So that's sort of that's a bummer for us because that sort of ruins our get out of jail free. Right? That's the killer. Some monsters have the ability to fly, has no impact on the game. This has no impact on the game, including combat, unless mentioned in a spell or a game effect. Some game effects grant the heroes the ability to fly. 20 heroes may move to an adjacent clearing via path, or if not currently in a cave clearing, they may move to any non-cave clearing. Yeah, I don't know that it necessarily matters. I think his shapeshift will still, like, he can still get away. I don't think he can't shapeshift into this. So I think he is fine with that. He just can't use the flight move to move around. So, all right. So I think probably. Oops. I have no idea what I just did. Okay. Oof, that was dizzying. Sorry. So I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna take 3 moves. Move 1 into the cave. Move 2 will be to sneak, and the reason we're sneaking is because of. Oh wait, we get a free sneak. So move 1 is to go into the cave. Move 2 is to sneak because we get a free one. Move 3 is to search. Oh, and then move 4 will be to search again. Because we get 4, even though we're in a cave, because that sneak was free. And we fail. That is too darn bad. Sorcerer is done. The Soulless is going to get out of dodge. He goes 1, 2, into the keep. Ugh, damn it. And another day is going to go wasted here. But that's fine. So he moves into the keep. He is going to then Rest twice to pull this chit back. Done. And he is done with his day. And then finally the cleric. So where is our... Oh, our cleric just took the kill everybody. Right. He took the awful evil missions. Yes. Okay. One, two, three, four. He's gonna start walking back. I think that's the plan. We're gonna try that fight. So let's see what we got here. Oop, the caves are gonna draw giant bats. So we're gonna get 2 giant bats on our buddy here. 1 and 2. That stinks. That was sort of what we were worried about, frankly. But we've snuck, so that's good. Giant bats are going to be super hard to hit. Now, we are potentially currently hidden. Well, we're currently sneaking. Are we hidden? Good question. We are hidden. So, now that we are hidden, what the hell are we going to do? What are we going to do? So let's take a quick look here. So I'm going to copy these guys. I'm going to leave them on their spot there, but I'm going to copy those guys and paste them down here. So let's take a look at these two. So their attack is not super fast, but their defense is really good. And then they step it up when they flip over a bit. The best we could do with Fireball would be to attack at a time 3. So for 2 chits and 2 brown chits, we could attack at time 3, which would not do us very well. And we are going to be killed if we're hit is the big issue. And we cannot escape them with the Griffin because they are as fast as we are. So it's a little rough. Now, hidden, you could cast Tentacles. And then you could hope that you slow them down, right? 4 tentacles on targets. You roll the hit dice as normal for each tentacle. A single hit results in -1 attack speed. A double hit misses and equal results do not count. So this is not a targeted spell. So I assume that we're not attacking them with our attack speed. What we're doing is simply rolling the 2 dice and looking for hit symbols. So if we get a single hit symbol, then, and that's a 50-50 chance on a single die. They're -1 attack speed. And if you happen to get 2, which there is a 25% chance you get 2, you would get a -1 maneuver speed. And I'm actually going to say that it's both -1 attack and -1 maneuver. That still doesn't make this a given, by the way. I don't like this battle without any armor for the elf. For the elf sorcerer, this battle without armor feels to me like, one lucky hit, one guy flips over and they're killing you. So I think we're going to remain hidden for now. That was a long way to say, let's just stay hidden for now. Um, so next day, let's draw the turn order, and it is the Soulless first. The Soulless is going to spend 3 phases enchanting. Oops, that went awry. 3 phases enchanting, and so they are going to. I don't know if flipping this tile matters. It doesn't, but we're going to flip it. Oh, geez, and I copied a lot of things. Let me delete those, but I do want to keep this gray going. We're going to make it big. So we are enchanted. We have gray magic in this entire tile. So that is his first action. And what else does he have to do? He really doesn't have much else to do. He will explore this this other way to go here. And it's the Foul Swamp. I think that's the way we're going. Oh, not that, but that's there you go. So Foul Swamp done. And we are done with the Soulless. So that's what he needed to do because he needs 2 gray cubes to cast Vapor Form. So that's what he's going to need, and that will allow him to plan his escapes. The Cleric is trudging back 1, 2, 3, and 4 on his way back to the keep. His grim walk back to the keep. He is going to go 1. I got to figure out sort of what to do with the sorcerer. The sorcerer would love to find armor. Because that armor would make that giant bat fight survivable, more survivable. Because right now, anyone hit from anything kills him. He has a heart, they do 1 damage, he dies. If he has armor on at all, then the armor is going to soak that. And he might take a wound, but the armor is going to prevent him from dying. And a wound, the red cube isn't even used, so he has that to wound, and so on. So we're looking for armor. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to use our extra sneak from this thing to be sneaky, and we are done. And I think everybody's done. And now we're rolling monsters to see if, primarily, if the elf sorcerer gets jumped. He does not. He's going to cast. He's going to burn. So the question is, are we using the make it harder to cast spells? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm using the optional rule right now. I think we're going to make it as easy as possible to cast. So when we enchant, we can get rid of one of these, or actually fill it with what's on the tile. And so we're going to cast like this, and done. We now have Vapor Form active. I don't necessarily. Well, I'm going to copy one of these and paste it on there. So that's an active spell, and that's his evening. I think that's it though for all the characters this evening. Let's go to turn 5. Cleric goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, I suppose, right? And he is done. The Soulless He's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he is going to, well, I mean, he can play it a little rough there. This vapor form, as long as he has this gray cube rested, which he currently does, he can sort of play this fast and loose. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to hide this time. But I think I'm going to sneak anyway, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to use this gray cube if I don't have to. And searching with a single turn left doesn't help us as much, right? We want to search multiple turns in a row, multiple actions in a row, because then we get the advantage of being able to re-roll if we say get one search spyglass. So we are going to sneak today. And now the elf sorcerer, he is looking for, and I don't remember if the vendor had armor, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and see if I can't get to that vendor. In the meantime, so the cleric is looking for not love. He's looking for hate in all the wrong places. He is an angry orc. That was the sequel to Hungry Hungry Hippos. Did not do as well, by the way. Probably really that's what Rock'em Sock'em Robots actually would be angry orc if we except they have like maces and axes and stuff and they smash each other over the head. All right. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cast life armor with 2 chits. We do. Bam. We now have armor. I don't actually know if that's canonical. I don't know that you have to no weight, a strength of 2. I suppose my initial ruling is that this doesn't actually take up any slots. Like it doesn't say that it takes up a slot or anything. It would be easy to say this takes up your chest slot or whatever. So we have this. That's the first round of combat. And then I believe so if one of these guys flips, I think he's dead. That's the worst part. So this might be a bad idea. Although if they flip, they do less damage. So he might not die outright. So how would he play this? He has to play 3 might on the mace. He has to play 2 attack, I assume. Do either of these guys scare him more? It's 2-0 and 3-1, 2-1 and 3-0. I don't necessarily know that it matters. Neither of these guys, they're about the same dude, frankly. So I think you play like this. I think you play 2-0. So you're gonna take a hit no matter what. And you're technically gonna take 2 hits. Because they're gonna go first. Their weapon is longer than yours. So you're gonna take 2 hits. You were going to kill one automatically, and the question is, do they hit you first all at once or not? And if they do, well, okay, so be it. The worst part would be one of them flipping and one of them not flipping, because then they would hit both of your both of your things essentially, both of your armors. Although having said that, I think we got this. So we're gonna try it. We're trying it. Heck with it. Trying it. So give me one hide die to flip them. Give me the 2 hit dice, which I don't think I'll need. I am going to copy this and we'll put it here. I'm going to target. Let's target the leader, just cause. So we're targeting the leader. We're playing like this. 2 attacks, 0 defense. Does the leader flip? He does not flip. Does Knight 2 flip? He does not flip. So their attacks go off first. So their attacks go first. They both hit me. I am going to take both of those attacks on this life armor, which will be destroyed since they hit at the same time. No, I think we're trying to do the. I not house ruled, but I quickly made the rule that life armor doesn't take an armor slot, so that it's more useful, I suppose, in this case. It just is. So he's taking the hits right now. So he takes 2 hits at the same time. We're going to take them on the life armor, which will destroy it. So that is gone. He does take 2 wounds, which sucks a little bit. And we're going to take that cube and that life cube. So those are the 2 wounds. That's what goes off first. He then overspeeds. Yes, I like the force field because that does make this really useful for all types of clerics. And it's really cool because, again, since armor is so important in so many of these combats, it just gives him a really nice widget to use. And now his attack goes off. He's going to overspeed this guy and so hit him with 3 damage. And there you go. So round 1, he casts life armor. Round 2, he attacks with 5 cubes. He hits this guy. He's going to kill him. No life armor anymore. I'll just turn it to make sure that I remember that we're not there. And now it's the next round. And here we are again. Now I'm going to take another hit for sure. I can't get around it. But I'm going to kill this guy. I actually hope he flips, because then he only does 2, which won't damage the chainmail. So let's roll to see if he flips. He doesn't flip. So what happens is he does 3 damage, which sort of sucks. And what that's going to do is that's going to copy random shit. That's going to damage the chainmail and do another wound, which I'm going to take off of my health because, yeah, that's the way this is going. But then we're going to kill this guy. Because, again, we overspeed him. We do 3 damage. And our little cleric has become our Magic Realm Black Knight. He's the ultimate guard killer with that mace. And I have copied and pasted so much crap on the board by accident that... that is not a cube. That is simply a thing. So, where do we end up here? We end up with 4 chits wounded. Well, right, because we had to cast life armor, and then we got 3 wounds, and we killed 2 of these guys. That's 22 fame for the cleric. Oh, I know. It's cool. I thought for a minute. So first thing I thought was, oh, half-orc cleric. That's sort of dumb looking. And then I thought, no, that looks really good. like the half-orc with a attack and defense speed and a health and a might cube, really, really sweet for certain. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, you might say he might just be better off as a barbarian, because then he would just go, because these 2 cubes sort of hold him back, the 2 white cubes. Having said that, I like the life armor. I think that actually acquitted itself very well. So we wounded 4 cubes. We killed 2 guys. We got 22 fame. Let me adjust. 22 fame. And let me see. Oh, geez, I keep accidentally typing in my little scoreboard over here. Let me not do that. And what do we have to do? Complete the mission. At the keep, all natives must be dead. Search successfully. So we haven't yet completed the mission. We have killed the dudes, but we do have to search. Now is that search? Oh, it's just literally to break the guy out of jail, I assume. So that works. And then go to any other malevolent mountains map tile. So sort of what that feels like to me. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine at some point vendors just don't even let him in. They're like, nah, we're good. You take your money elsewhere, sir. So okay, that is the battle. That's the end of the day, I think, for us. And that was a bit of a day. It was ugly. We just killed everybody in the keep. All right, let's get a day 6 rolling here. And it is the cleric first. So, I mean, he's hurting. He's big time hurting. I wish I'd heal now, strangely enough, knowing. Well, I do. Do I draw one? I haven't yet succeeded in this mission, so I assume I don't yet draw one. Although, oh, I draw them for killing this guy, for killing these dudes. Okay, right. I don't know because I've never killed natives in the thingy, so. So okay. So done. We have killed a bunch of dudes. We are now searching. Killed 2 natives. So I'm a double. So let's search. And hopefully we'll get this one done relatively quick. So let's roll. Nope. That's 1, 2. Wow. Okay. 3. I'm just gonna search again. No. Okay. Well, that was a day. Ah. Okay. That's a Magic Realm day right there. I have wasted so many days trying to do something like that. So we're going to move up into the keep 1-2 for the elf. The elf is going to go to the vendor. So that's his 3rd phase. And let's take a look at what we have available to us. We do have Fireball. We could buy the buckler for 6. We could buy we can't buy the breastplate because I don't think we have enough might cubes to wear the breastplate. So I say we try for the buckler. I would feel way better. Did I leave the giant bats up there? I did. I would feel way better killing these giant bats if I had a buckler to fall back on. If and take that 1 hit. And technically, it would take potentially 2 hits because it's 1 damage, and they only do 1 damage unless they flip, in which case, bad. So let's roll on this buckler here. So we're gonna roll on the buckler. The vendor likes charm. Are we charming? We are reasonably charming. It's gonna cost us 18 bucks. We could get that down to 6, and we do have some money. So 18 bucks. And how much did it take us? A 1, 2, and trade. So that's 3. So it's three. This is our third turn. We're going to haggle this guy down. And we do. So that's down to $12. We're going to haggle him down again because it's a wooden shield, for crying out loud. It's not. Womp womp. Okay, so no. So that is his third turn. His fourth turn. We'll try one more time. And they close the door. They're like, no, we're good. You take your newfangled clever ideas elsewhere, sir. So he is done with his day. And now it is the Soulless's turn. So the Soulless has set himself up finally. So he's got Vapor Form cast. He has his chips ready to go. He is all out searching for this thing. So he's going to spend maybe the whole day doing it. So let's take a look here. Oh, done. So one turn he searches and he finds this bad boy. So I'm going to take the chip. I'm going to put it there. So we found the crypt. That is immediate points. So 1 and 5. Done. And now we're looting. So we're going to loot at least twice. So let's see what the crypt has for us. Hold on. Crypt is here. I'm going to actually take this and move it down here. Fifth card. Ugh, well, okay. The Bow of the Hunt. Geez, well, it's a legendary treasure. So we are going to show everybody. Everybody can marvel at the treasure. That is the second turn. The third turn is another loot. Hope to roll a little lower. No, 5. Well, it's 5. So good enough. That's we don't need to. The Guard Charm. What is the Guard Charm? Ignore a wound. Done. And then we're just going to loot again, because if we need to, we can just vapor out of here. The first treasure. So we're going to take the top treasure and look at it. And it is a Gauge of the Thief. We may re-roll 1 die per loot action. And that is both our hands. Interesting. And that's that. And we're left with 3 treasures in the crypt. Now, having said that, now that we can re-roll, we're going to totally go for it. Now, this is where I would start talking to, if we were playing multiplayer, I would, like, for real. When not playing, I don't do trades or any PvP or anything like that, because it's sort of weirdly weird to play versus oneself but man, that Bow of the Hunt, I'd be talking to somebody. Got to be somebody that might want this. Heck, the Cleric would want that. Because for 2 might cubes, you get 4 damage. For 3 might cubes, 5 damage. Huge deal. All right, anyway, he is done. And that's the end of our day. So we only have to check. So we have to check the mountains, and we get caves and stink. And nothing. Done. So what does our score look like? So our score looks like pretty much 3 to 3 to 2, right? Because if fame is a 10th about. So it does looks pretty good for the Soulless right now. No, please. That's fine. Thank you. And I don't know if we hit the turn. We're going to hit the turn counter here. For day 8, we get the Sorcerer. So the Sorcerer is going to trade again because he does want that damn buckler. I still want the buckler. Darn it. I still want it. So we are going to not spread. I'm just going to search the pile and take the buckler out. Done. So for $6, really $18. For $18, and this guy likes charm, we're going to trade once. So trade, $18. Down to $12. We got this. We got this. Down to no. Okay, that's one. We're going to try this again. In the meantime, I will say this. We are going to quickly look. I will spread his stuff out. So we have a mission there, and we need to have one more mission. So we do get to draw another mission. And what is this? Band charts. Astrologer. Uh, sure. I will take that. In fact, oops, nope, right, wrong guy. I'm going to take that one, and I hate to say, I'm going to take the Black Follower. Why? Well, because I know where the crypt is. It is. No, that's the shrine. The crypt is right up here. So we could, as long as we have a card in hand, an epic treasure that is a weapon. We don't have one of those. But so that is one trade. His second trade now. He's going to try this again. $18. I'm just being cheap. Like nope, he gets shut out. He is done. Wow, that is okay. All right. All right. I mean, look, if he doesn't recommend it, we're in trouble. Like if he doesn't recommend it, then I think we need to have a discussion. So that is two trades. That's what we did. We did two trade phases, and I hate to say it, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay there one more time. So I'm gonna stay there tonight because I said I want that buckler because I want to go back and have just one piece of armor to avoid the worst possible thing happening. So the cleric now needs to search. So cleric is searching. Yeah, might want to push the physical version. Sure, that is true. That is true. So one search, there we go. So we've got at least that going for us. The second search, nope. Third search, we got this. This is the one. Yes, okay. Third search, we got it. So we have completed the second part of this mission, which is to search. And now we have. And now he walks off with the prisoner to release him in the mountains here. But that won't happen till tomorrow. So he is done. That leads us to our buddy, the Soulless. The Soulless, who is just going to wreak havoc at the crypt. I think he's going to try to loot this thing pretty totally dry here. So we get 4 turns. First loot. Remember, we can re-roll a die. I found the prisoner. I did get him. I got him out finally. So hold on one second. So I do get the second treasure from the pile. And I wanted to check something, but I forgot what. So we're just gonna live with it. My cleric is yes, my cleric. It's an orc god. He's very unforgiving. We get the battle staff, and we obviously can't equip it. I mean, we could equip it, we can't use it. The required might box on the card is automatically filled. Does not count against the hero's cube limit. Well, that's interesting. He actually can use this weapon. It only does 1 damage, so we're not talking any magical revelations or anything. And let's face it, if he uses this, he's nuts. So we're probably just going to put it in his backpack again. So that's 1 loot. 2 loots. He gets the top treasure, which he's going to flip. Staff of the Magi. Epic Treasure. The hero ignores the wound symbols on spell cards. Um, and that's an interesting question. Do I need a might cube to equip this? I should be. I can equip that, right? Even though I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to do never going to do an attack. That's not his. That's not. He's not going for that. He's just going for being able to cast Fiery Chasm. I mean, all day. So that's the second loot. I mean, third loot. So he can't pull that one, but he does get to re-roll. So no. And then, well, I mean, we might as well give it one last shot just in case we can manage. So he will loot 4 times. He'll re-roll the 2, hope for something now. And the crypt, yes. I that's a great that's an awesome treasure for him. Like that is a good deal. Um I mean, technically, if he lucks out hiding, he could literally cast Fiery Chasm over and over and over. And hopefully, it only takes one cast, but you never know. So, the other thing which is sort of interesting is we do have the requirements for Dark Worshipper, so we should definitely consider um, yeah, we should definitely consider running to the altar to turn that in. Now, we don't know where the altar is, so we do have to sort of, because this is their shrine. And actually, I hate to say it, but that would be useful to have the description on there so that it pops up even when it's under chit. So I'm going to do that. So let's crypt up here, crypt. There we go. Okay. Wow. That was. So I can definitely see this game running a lot faster, sort of at the table with people. For me, it runs a little slower because, of course, I am continuously interrupting my own actions with stuff happening. So that's just a me thing at this point. So, end of the day, let's roll, and we only have to worry about our guy here. So, first off, we've seen almost no monsters here. One giant is all that's shown up, but now we get another giant. Interesting. That's going to suck a little bit, only because we're not really ready for him. Like if we were hidden, we would nuke him again. Having said that, we're not hidden. So we're not sneaking, I should say. We might be hidden. We have to check that. We're looking for 2 blanks. We don't get 2 blanks. So we are blocked, and the giant is going to come down on us. So let's see how this looks. Let's see if can we. So we're not hidden. We can't cast Fiery Chasm. That's a non-starter. So we have to during our activation during before the combat tactics, we're going to activate Vapor Form and whoosh out of there. So we're free and clear, but we do have to back out and rest this chip up. Like this chip is our lifeline. We need this every possible time we use it. We've got to reburn it. And frankly, that was really probably on my part a little bit of greed versus prudence again, as we talked about yesterday, because if I'd have snuck, I still didn't get the treasure. That last treasure, I could have snuck out of there. But nonetheless, let's not worry about that. So that was day 8 for us. And let's check out day 9. So for day 9, It is the sorcerer who is still, oh god, still trying to buy this stupid buckler. he's, he's like, look, man, and I just want to buy the piece of wood. And the guy's like, look, I'm not even gonna look at the rest of the crap. I do want to write though his quest, so let me do that. So he has epic treasure or epic weapon to crypt, and then this one is a card to astrologer. Done. So we all have quests. They're all solvable-ish. I wish I was playing the game with you as an illusionist. Follow you around, enchant tiles. Great, right? That's the danger, right? You can't. Yes. Now, what I do like, I'll tell you what I do like. I like the fact that for 5 gold, which the Soulless doesn't have, by the way, for 5 gold, you can just undo a permanent spell. That's a very nice rule. It is very helpful because I do not like in Magic Realm the paradigm that um, that if you take like you have to take remedy or dissolve spell or whatever. Like I'm not a big fan of having to take another spell, another power to undo your power kind of thing. What what one hero is negotiating looting epic treasures. The other hero is literally dickering over the price of a buckler, and we're doing it again, by the way. So 18 to 12. Yes. Okay. You know what? I'm buying the damn thing for $12. Done. I'm buying it for $12. I got to buy this for 12. He's got it. He's got to do it. So he buys the buckler. That's his trade phase. Yeah, and I think it is. I absolutely think that it is friendlier. I love the search rule, right, with the dice accumulating over time because it does add even a little bit of thought, right? Do I actually want to do a single search at the end of the day, or do I just not do it because the single searches are less valuable than multiple searches? Yeah, $12, sucker. Yes. Um, I love that. I love the hide rule as a reaction. I think that's a super neat rule, and that sneaking simply modifies. I like that as a rule. Again, the learn, being able to fix curses and stuff at dwellings. I think there's a lot of very neat twists on the formula that Magic Realm sort of blazed the path for that do make this a neat game. There's a weird futziness with Magic Realm that does give. There's just a level of charm that it's amazingly hard to compete with. I think because all the rules look like a praised mess, and yet they all come together perfectly. They do fit together as though someone essentially, took a shattered stained glass window and pieced it together. Like the dude, Hamlin was a mad genius, right? So okay, so we used a single trade phase. The sorcerer, thrilled with his newfound luck here, is going to. So I tell you what I am going to do. So I'm going to go. So that's one phase, two phase, three phases. Done. So we're going to walk into there because no one has drawn that yet, and we get an item. So that's cool. We'll take it if it's if it's a buckler. I think I've won Dragons Down. Hold on. It's an item. He's drawing it. Oh, it's leathers. I mean, that's pretty close. That is pretty damn close to just a buckler. Okay. Now the elf sorcerer, he's feeling good. He is amazing. He's in. So we moved twice to pull that, and now we are going to sneak. We get a free sneak. Hold the hell on. So we get a free sneak. And you know what? I'm gonna just move. Oh, is that two? No, that's a one. I'm gonna just move back. Um, I that was close to winning. That was very close. Yeah. I no. I'm okay. I wasted what 3 days? All right, the sorcerer is done. The cleric is going to complete his mission, so he walks and he lets the prisoner go in the mountains. That is one move. So one move. So this is complete. He's going to draw another outlaw goddamn token here. I the only thing I don't love with the outlaw tokens is that they're going to reduce his they're going to reduce his rolls even for this, even though he got it because of this, right? The outlaw tokens reduce his mission rewards. So let's see. Completing atrocity mission, playing outlaw tokens impact your ability to haggle with merchants. See the trade action. Blah blah blah. No, it doesn't say they ruin the mission reward, so that's good. I actually like. I would like to buy your buckler. No, no. If I found a buckler, that would be the best. Actually, that would make me way. So we're gonna roll our mission reward. So first off, we get one legend point. So the cleric gets on the board with a legend point. He gets on the board with he's on the board. That's good. That's actually very good because because literally you got them because of this, right? So now we're going to mission complete, and he gets to roll what a die, I think. Additional variable rewards for each symbol on his heritage and class. So one. One. He's not super smart, but he gets one roll. Two more film, which isn't great, but it definitely puts him up there. And in fact, if you look right now, he is sort of in the lead, right, with 5 points. And he has definitely got, but we need to rest. So that's one. So now I think I move out to two. I move back. So two. And then we're going to start resting. And that's going to give me one cube back. So we're going to go like that. And that's our day. And now it's the Solus's turn. So what the hell is the Solus doing? So the Solus had to turn to Mist. So he goes here. It's the only thing about Tabletop Simulator, which I do wish there was something we could do to, I'm saying make these transparent, but when hovering over it to say, this is clearing 5 and it's a mountain. Like, I don't know if there's even a thing that is possible. I'll have to look up and see if there's such a thing. So we're going to move 1. I have to rest 2 to get this back. So that's 3 phases. And then what is the plan? Good night, JJ. Thank you very much for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. We're going to try to learn. I mean, it's not great, but we're going to try to learn. We're going to spend our last turn here with book learning. And we get a curse instead. Womp womp. Okay, so 2 dice, we'll read them left to right. even, odd, and then what the curse is. We get an odd curse, 3 weak, no optional might boxes. Well, guess who that absolutely doesn't actually matter for? Us. He does not care, but he does get cursed and does not learn the thing. He will probably try to remove that at some point, but not anytime soon. So done. That's the day. Let's quickly roll. And once again, we're in this weird position where everybody's hanging around. So in the mountains, we're gonna. Oh, no one is in a damn tile. So nothing happens. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. All right. Let's see where we go then. Let's see where day 10 takes us. So we got the sorcerer, the cleric, and now the soulless. So let's take a moment um for the sorcerers. So we know the crypt is looted out. So there's not really any point to the crypt. Having said that, if he could find an epic weapon, then the crypt is sort of useful. So the sorcerer's goal is to um find a weapon. So one, two, or no, this is yet 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just gonna head back. Done. So that's his day. The cleric needs to rest. So 3 cubes for 4 actions. I think his entire day, he sleeps off his victory. Done. The funny part is he can go literally to a dwelling, the one he killed everybody at, and activate his pardon. which is what he's gonna do, but not today. Today is sleepy day. The soulless. So if we are hidden, oops, wrong guy. That ain't me. The soulless, if he is hidden, um, then that giant is, I'm saying, as an auto kill, pretty much, with fiery chasm. If you're not hidden, you cannot kill yourself. You would have to kill yourself with because he. The funny part is he can't miss himself either. Like no, so not doing that. But we could go in hidden, obviously, with the caveat that if you happen to get found, then you have to pop the gray and storm off. So that's sort of his limit, right? The other thing we could do is I'm going to move one into the village, maybe. So let's move once into the village, and then we're going to do multiple learn phases. So we have one move, and now 3 learns. So learn 1 is a curse, another curse. Left, right, even 6. So even 6 is blur. Reroll 1 success per search action. Now we are going to have to get that lifted, but for now, not. So 1, this is his second learn. A curse. Womp womp. Okay. Okay, all right. Oops, I think we. Odd 4. Blank. Only 1 cure. Only 1 cube color on spells. Only 1. We're gonna go one last time before we, and then tomorrow maybe we'll have to. And he learns it finally at the end. So we are going to learn curse. So we're going to copy that bad boy and paste it. And, I mean, we're going to be 100% getting rid of that at some point. But that is worth a point for the soulless. and 5 fame. So he is. Oh, he doesn't have 5. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, that's a rough one. Like, I'm not even sure what that means right off the bat. I'm gonna have to look that up in the book, I think, to see if there's another something else which only 1 cube color in spells. What does that say in the? You can only play 1 spell color on spell cards. So in other words, so he can't cast Vapor Form, for instance. You can take the curse card off the spellbook. Oh, it's gone. Okay, so it doesn't stay there for him to be sold. It is dead. Okay, that's cool. I can live with that. All right. So obviously tomorrow we're gonna trade a little bit and sort of work that. So he is done for the day, and that is our entire day, and no one is out of. There you go. Interesting. Okay. And we are done with the day, and there's no monsters to appear because we are all in civilization. It's a lot of civilization in this game, in this particular session. Like I said, first off, I got 3 of them in the first few days, and I didn't see 3 the entire time last time at all. So the Solus is first, so we need a trade phase. So first thing is trade phase. I think the longbow gets sold. I think the battle staff gets but we do need to keep 1 deep treasure and 1 treasure. Oops, is that a treasure or spellbook? Bam, done. That's an item, so that doesn't count. So I think this and this we keep, because those will get turned in for the quest. In fact, I will sort of vaguely put that like that and go, I want these to do that. So I need to find the altar to burn that. I'm going to sell to my buddies the bow of the hunt, the longbow. And that's it. I don't think I need to. I think we're good. And the guard charm. Because the simple fact is we are never getting wounded. We are going to ride or die. we're either alive or dead. There is no in between. That is $25. We are going to sell to the who's here? The scholar. So $25 to the scholar, and that is that's what we're doing. So that is the sell. And we can try to buy something, but I think what we're gonna do instead is that'll be our first trade phase, but done. Is $25. So you go all up there. Whoa, up, done. So let me put 28 for our guy, and he is done. Next, I think I'm going to use. Are either of those books worth it? Now, they're always worth it in the sense that it's an extra cube. Extra cubes are always vaguely okay, I feel. And he could use it to cast, without the curse, of course. He could use it to cast Vapor Form and Fiery Chasm. So both of those, so that any extra cube would be valuable. The thing is, he's got a haggle. So I'm actually going to slip. So I'm going to trade. This is a little awkward, and maybe this isn't the way to do it. But I don't want to get kicked out. So I'm going to trade the second time, and I'm going to spend the $5 to get the curses removed. Now, I hope I don't have to spend $15. That would be a disaster. I I hope it's just one shot. Let me quick look this up. And I wish I had um faster hands. No. I did take. I think I yes. I took the point in the five fame when I learned the spell. All curses, $5 done. So okay. So we get to toss these for $5, and that's a separate trade. We can't do that with the rest of the thingies, and so that's fine. I don't know what the outpost. 40 gold, one per hero. No. Find the hideout or the lost battalion. No, we have no, none of that. Okay, so that is the second phase. It only loses $23 though, so that sucks a little bit because what that means is, Scott, thank you for stopping by and answering questions. I appreciate it, and a lot of fun, man. Like I said, can't wait to see this thing on my doorstep because that's gonna be an epic night at the table. I almost wish I had a camera set up to do like a table to do it on the table and stream that because that'd be sort of fun to do that with a group. So what that means though is I have to haggle out the scholar. But I like the scholar. Him and me get together pretty well. I have 5 intellect, so I can haggle with the scholar fairly well. And so I am going to haggle. And which one of these? Which one is better for me? And the answer is I don't know. I think, or the potion of might, also an interesting option there. But being magical, I think we're going to go for one of these. What could we cast? So you can pretty much cast everything up to the first 3. I'm going to say purple. I'm going to say purple is going to be better for him. We're going to try it. So that's 13. That is $39. We need to haggle twice to get this thing down to $13. We have a 5 though. So 1 success, 2 successes. So down to $13. So that is largely 3 trade phases. We got down to $13. We're going to buy it for 13. And now we have the Tome of Power. And the Tome of Power. Now, is that a permanent? Okay, done. And he eats it. And that goes, and yes, done. That's even better that we don't have to carry it around. Holy crap. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. And obviously, there's nothing else that we're going to be able to do at the moment. You know what? Actually, there's one last thing we can do after we buy from this guy. Is he has 4 missions. I think there's only 2 there. We're going to draw our missions. And because just in case one of them makes sense to take, we're going to look. At the outpost, kill the consul. Kill the lizard folk shaman. Kill the goblin king. Enter the 5 swamp tiles. I think we're going to leave these for now. And now we're going to group all these. Bam. And now put them back on the scholar. And we are done with the Solus's turn on day 11. The cleric has rested up. He is all healed. I did start a new game. I wanted new characters. So my problem with this game is there's so many character combinations that I just love seeing different character combos. So I started a new game, and I have, as you can see, a human soulless, so sort of an interesting character there. No might cubes. He relies entirely on spells to do his bidding there. An elf sorcerer who can shapeshift into a griffin, and the orc cleric who has 3 outlaw tokens, and he has already killed the Knights of the Keep to free an outlaw, a fellow orc, no doubt. Um, and you can see there the Solus is 3 legend points and two from fame, so 5. It's 5 to 3 to 5, pretty much right now in the scores. So it is the cleric's turn. The cleric is rested, and we sort of have to figure out what the next thing to do is. Probably kill the giant. So sneak 1, 2, 3 giant to get the extra fame. They are. There's a lot of spells. This is a spell heavy crew, by the way. What time is it? 10:30. Okay. So let me finish this day, and then I need to take a 2 minute break to get a drink there. We do have damaged chainmail too, so that also sucks a little bit. So, okay, what are we doing? We are going to. I am almost. So, can a giant ever muster a defense higher than no? It cannot muster a defense higher than 1. So, if 2 beats him, if he flips though, he goes first. So that sucks because that destroys the chainmail. He would hit us first. If he stays flipped, he would not. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sneak and then move. So we're sneaking and moving up there. We're done. That took a long time to figure that out. And then our sorcerer 1, 2, 3 and sneak. So he is sneaking. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. The sorcerer can go 4 and sneak because he has a free sneak. So the sorcerer is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he will be sneaking as well. So sneak, and only this guy's not sneaking today. Let's roll monsters since we're out and about in the wilderness. And what do we have? We have swamps, so nothing, and orcs. Maybe? No. So we are done with the day. So let me get a quick. So it's day 12. Let me get a quick drink and restroom break here. It will literally take less than 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes, drink and restroom. Not, I mean, that's probably too much information. Um, All right. All right. All right. All right. So we are back. I hit up the restroom and we got some Old Farm rye, which is a Pennsylvania, like a small distillery. And it has sort of a weird mint clovey vibe to it. It's not my favorite, but it is different. So that I appreciate. So okay, let's have this cleric at the end of the day go bash some heads. So here's the giant. The cleric is hidden. Well, sneaking. Is he hidden? That's the question. He is, because he's snuck. Thus, one of these, only one has to be blank, and so that's good. That's what we needed. So now and I am going to do this. I'm going to copy these dice. I'm going to put them over here so that we have an extra copy of the combat dice way over on this side of the board. And so here we go. So that now that we are snuck, we're going to cast Life Armor on ourselves. That wounds one chip. We use these two chips, but one of them gets wounded and the other one does not. That gives us extra armor, like a little force field over us. So we can protect this armor effectively. And then we have to cast to see if we have to roll to see if we are still hidden, which doesn't matter because we are. So, because that's the ambush rules, you have to roll each time. But we're going to challenge the giant anyway. And by challenging them, so let's see what we have to play. We can only play 5 cubes. We need 3 might to kill him. We're going to play 3 might, 2 attack speed. The danger is if he flips, he's going to hit us faster because his attack speed would equal ours. His length is longer than ours. And this is like throwing a rock or hitting us with a club or something. Probably throwing a rock. Actually, so here we are. So, does the giant flip or not? The giant does not flip. So, our attack is a 2 speed. That's first. We hit him because it's faster than his defense. We kill the giant, and that's it. We're done. That is how easy that can be. The life armor is going to go away at the end of the fight. We're going to score 8 fame, so 52 fame, which gives him 6 total points, really. So he is, and I put that in his kill pile right there. Done. That is the end of the day for real. So now we are ready for day 12, I think. I think we clicked it before we went to the restroom. So Solus is first. So what is the Solus going to do? Do we have 5 gold or not? We do have 5 gold. Okay. So the Solus is going to, because he got that purple cube. Oh, no, that's blue. Sorry, that's blue. It looks vaguely purple to me at the moment, but it really isn't. Not even close. So I should have taken a blue cube instead of a purple cube because then I could have learned that spell to get another point. Oh well. Purple has better spells if I find them. Blue would have been better just to score the point. So here we are. So the Solus is next. The Solus would love to find the altar. That's the shrine. We have not yet found the altar. So we are going to explore. That's one phase. I don't think we can play this because this only has, we cannot play that effectively, legally. So we're going to dump it over here, the discard pile, until you are done. Once you're done, then you redraw those. You reshuffle those. That's 1 explorer. 2 explorers. I feel like the count. Two explorers. What are we doing here? So I like this way. So we're going to play that way. So that's the Explorer. So that's 2. And then we're going to use our oops, let me pull up my. Yeah, these guys are obliterating dudes. Oh, the cleric was a master Theron. Like he is just smashing dudes. Um Now the one fight against the two knights in the keep, he wounded 5 cubes to finish that fight, but it was quite the fight. So 2 explorers and then 2 moves, and it's a gate in 4, not the best draw. So the Solus is done. The cleric. So the cleric is simply he's looking for the crown. I don't think so. This is a dead. There's no possible way there's only one. I mean, I suppose you could have 2, and maybe you can draw in there. But I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to explore here. So let's see how that looks. I don't like that way. I like that way a little better. So 1, 2, explore. And then I think we are going to, no, I mean, not do anything. I think we're just going to sit because we really need to we need to rest. I don't want to enter a new place yet without sort of readying myself. So we are done there. In fact, maybe 1, 2, 3, and then 4 to here. Done. And then the sorcerer, who is heading back quietly to our bats. So what does this move look like? 1, 2. He gets a free sneak, so that's 3, and he gets 1 extra action. What would that action be? Does alert matter for him? Strangely enough, I don't think alert matters because he can only play 3 of these and 2 of these in any casting any one given spell. Um, Good question. And we have to pay attention. We should start using our shapeshift to fly around the board when we need to. And we will consider that here. So I don't love the bat fight still sucks a bit. But let's sneak for a free sneak. Move and alert. I don't think alert matters. Move and move. And I think that's mostly it. How about this? We will alert just because we have an extra turn. Done. And that is our move there for him. Let's roll monsters. And this is so a couple things. First thing is, are we blocked by the bats when we sneak into their spot? No, we are not blocked by the bats. That's good because we need to be hidden. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to say it's, yeah, orcs or whatever. Yeah. So first thing is first. Any monster not on a tile with heroes moves and leaves. But that's nothing. And do we have orcs? Orcs. No. Done. That's it. So this is the combat I think we're having. Let's take a look at it. The sorcerer could turn into a griffin, but the griffin has a hard time hitting these guys. And they do not have a hard time hitting the griffin. And they would wound him to death in 2 rounds, pretty much. Little mini wounds. We're not going to do that. Instead, I think what we are going to do is oh, I think what we're going to do is instead, now that we are sneaking and hidden, we are going to cast tentacles like this. And we do not have to play any, we're hidden, we don't have to play any other cubes. We're going to wound the blue. And what that does is that allows us to put, so I'm going to take some black magic here and copy this bad boy and paste, paste, paste. We have 4 tentacles up here. And they're all going to attack this round. We're going to put 2 on each. And they both roll, so here. And we're looking for either 1 hit symbol or 2 hit symbols. So we'll see. So we're looking for hit symbols, right? Single hit results equal -1 attack. Double hit results equal -1 maneuver. So we're going to try to slow these guys down. That's 1. So -1 attack. So what that means, I'm going to put that on this side. So his attack goes down by 1. The second tentacle attacks. His attack speed goes down, I assume, by 2. Doesn't say we can't stack this. So his attack speed is slowed, right? It's 0. And if he flips over, I think it's 0. So his attack speed is 0. Let's see what the second guy does. That might change how this fight goes. But let's see what the second one does. So that looks like an attack. That's another attack down. That's a maneuver down. Okay, so his attack speed is 0 or 1. And his maneuver is 3 or 2. Okay, oof. Okay. All right. So the next thing we have to do is we have to determine whether or not we remain hidden because we cast a spell. We need 2 blanks, though, and we do get them. So we are still hiding. Perfect. I'm going to cast Fireball now. So I'm going to cast Fireball like this. I don't know why those are off. That makes no sense. What's going on here with this card? Let me, oh, nope, stop. There we go. Let me move those. So that's going to cast like that. That's 2 chips. And we're going to play 2 there. And, 1 maneuver, but it doesn't matter. The special ability of the sorcerer is, if he only uses a single color, right now that's this, his attack speed goes up by 1. So his attack speed is 3 against these guys. And they're so let's see if they each flip now. He does not, but the other one does not. That is too bad. That is too bad. Unfortunately, attack speed of 3 is still too slow for that guy. So we need double hits. Let's get double hits. That's a miss. So that fireball misses. On the second guy, we're equal. So we just need symbols. Let's get symbols. Done. Hit. That guy is hit for 2 sharp, and that'll kill him. So all of that, and we killed a bat. And the other bat is screaming in tentacles. But we did kill him. We have to wound one of these, and so we're not going to be able to cast again, though. Do we stay hidden? I mean, we're not going to stay hidden this whole time. We are going to have to come out, but we are hidden for the moment. We could just walk away. His attack speed is slow. I am going to burn my last purple to shapeshift into the griffin, and I'm going to challenge this guy. So now I'm going to play on this side. I can put those away. Remember that the bat attack speed is 0 in any case. His defense speed is still high. Does he flip or not? He does not flip. So our attack is first because our speed is a 3. We need to roll double hits, and we miss. He attacks back. He has to roll double hits because his attack speed is 0. And he misses us. It's not equal, so he misses us. We did wound this turn, so we're not yet to the point where we're stalemating. Does the bat flip? We would like him to flip. If he flips, no. Then it's going to be easier to hit him. Oh, well, we miss. Well, you're casting it. So largely what it means is you are casting it from a position they can't get to you, is what I would assume, right? You know what I mean? Like, so, okay, I'm standing on the ledge casting it, effectively. And if you weren't allowed to ambush casting spells, some of these spells you would never be able to get off in a fight. Because they count toward your limit of playing chips. And so you wouldn't be able to defend yourself. You would just be killed half the time. The bat's attacking us. It needs 2 hit symbols, and it misses. That's the first round. Nothing has occurred. I would like to not stalemate because I've spent a lot on this fight. So we need him to flip. Why don't we flip this time? And he does flip. The good thing there is his defense speed drops to 3. So now our attack speed is equal. So now we just need equal. Oh, we still miss. He's going to hit us or not. He does hit us. So here's the thing. He does 2 damage. But remember, the rule of damage is you either kill your target or you wound him. And a wound is a single hit. So we take a single hit of damage. That's good. The combat keeps going now. So this is actually beneficial to us, sort of. He does not flip. Do we hit him? We do. And we kill the bat. And the battle is over. And now we shapeshift and that wound goes away because we return to normal. And none of that damage carries over to our normal form. Oh, that was, I'm going to say epic. I'm not sure if it was epic or sad, but it did work. And we now have 26 Fang. And 2 bats to our kill count here. Having said that, we did burn 3 cubes to do that. It's going to take an entire day of rest for the sorcerer to meditate himself back to form. All right, day 13. In a stalemate, the effects of the tentacles would have been lost. Yes, absolutely. So literally the day would end, the combat ends, all the spell effects end. He would have to leave the clearing the next day, rest up, and come back again to try that whole thing again. But the tentacles were key, because otherwise they could have hit that griffin more easily. And though the griffin against 1 bat is sort of a win for the griffin, typically, that's not a guarantee by any stretch. And now we should rest. Like, we need to get out of dodge and rest because we can't do that again. We have no magic at all. So wounds against the bats are like if you wounded but the bats don't wound; they have a single hit point. Our wounds aren't. We have to rest them to get our cubes back. But any wounds against any monsters that would take them would be healed if we left or stalemated. So on day 13, the Solus is going to go first. So let's see what the Solus is doing now. What's our goal? Our goal is to find this darn altar, right? Or to kill 3 dire wolves, but to find the altar. So let's explore here. That's 1 turn. I'm going to put us on different paths. So that's 1 turn, 2 turns to enter. So we get to draw a wilderness tile. It's a site. That's good. We want this. It's the altar in 3. Oh, everything's coming up Solus, baby. We explored for 1. We moved 2. We moved 3. So that is three turns that are used. And I do think we're going to sneak because I don't want to have to use my gray chip to turn into vapor. So done. It's a cleric's turn. The cleric would love to get him some altar also, frankly, if I'm to be totally honest. The cleric would not mind some altar action. Let's take a quick look at the wood. Remember, every woods tile changes its paths when you enchant it. So if I'm in 6, I will be able to walk to the altar. If I'm in 2, I'll be able to walk to the altar. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, I don't love this, but I am going to rest twice to get this back. I am then going to sneak and move in. And that's a conservative move. But, or do you get to 2? I don't know. I think I'm good for now. So cleric has gone. And our guy is going to do what? Ugh, I don't love this. If I sneak, which I get a free sneak, so I can sneak, I could get 3 rests, which will give me 2 of my chips back. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the 3. So I'm going to sneak. It's a free move, and then 3 rests give me 2 chits back, because you only get 3 moves in the cave, and we are done. And let's roll, and we're hoping. Okay, so there are no monsters that are. Oh. Okay. So what happens is every site draws its dude. So the altar is going to draw its guy. So what do we have? We have the shrine. So let's set the shrine up. That's the wraith. That's bad. That's a rough haul. And the altar. I think the altar's a demon. Demon's a little easier because the demon is easy to run from, frankly. Those 2 appear. Let me check the cleric real quick. When the cleric is in the clearing, no. That doesn't count. He's just in the tile. So doesn't count. So those we draw them on, boom, right on there, done. And that's where we're at. So first thing is first, is the solace found by the demon? Remember, he is sneaking. So one blank is enough, and he is hidden. So we technically move that over here. But now it's the sorcerer. The sorcerer does not want to be found by that wraith. That is bad juju, and he is not. So, woo, okay. That is a think you got to think about that crowd. That would definitely be one where tentacles would be useful. Definitely would be tentacles useful. Um, but we're not going to fight this time. Now, this guy. So, okay. So, this is sort of a fun one. So, we are hidden. There you go. Let's check the demon real quick. And this is the entirety of this combo. This is sort of how this combo tends to work. So this guy is either a 3 or a 1. The 3 is problematic. The 3 is problem. Sorry, random question. But where does the name C. McGowan come from? Is it a reference to a magic realm like your avatar? No, that name comes from the simple fact that that's a name. That unfortunately is my name because made you know I made that earlier in my days, and um yeah. So and I've always used, as dumb as this is nowadays, I've since I was a young college student on the Usenet, I have used my real name. And though that's probably going to come and bite me, and I hope it does not bite me anytime soon, it does keep me more civil on the internet. I try not to say anything I don't want associated with my real name. I try to be kind. I try to be civil, because I'm sort of out there. So, so the only bad thing would be, well, I am hidden at the moment. So we're just going to go with it. So, although I will say it would be more useful were I to be. Nope, that's fine. That's fine. That's. It would be more useful were I to be. Oh, he's flying. That sucks. That sucks. All non-flying monsters and unhidden. So we can't kill him with this. So I'm not going to even bother because he's a flying. So the spell doesn't target him. So good enough. The crappy part is that I'm gonna stay there, I think, for the time being, because we'll have to search. But so there you go. So we are done there. He's not gonna fight. The soulless isn't going to fight. We are done. Cleric is first. Can the cleric beat the demon? The cleric can't generate enough damage to beat the demon right off the bat, to be honest with you. And his turn undead is only turn undead. So I'm not sure it's worth it. I'm not sure it's worth it. That demon might have convinced me to back the heck off. I don't have anything at the altar. Still just trying to find the crone. I'm going to go 1. So that's 1 move. 2 is explore. But that's too many things. We're going to have to discard that. 3 is explore. That one I can play. And 4 is, oops, nope, not cool, not cool. 4 is nothing. 4 is going to be, I'm going to move to the village. Done. And we'll work from there. The sorcerer. The sorcerer is very hard to hit here, and we are still sort of wounded. We're going to move 1. Rest 2 and sneak because we get a free sneak. So done. And now it's this guy, the Soulless. The Soulless, not super happy with the demon showing up, but he's going to sneak first. That means he has to hide because as soon as he's in there, this guy gets a chance to block him, but does not. So we are hidden. So that's 1. Now we are going to search because we're trying to find, what is that? That is the altar. Yeah. No worries. So we're going to search. We're looking for 2. Oh, perfect. Yes, we found the altar. We copy it. We're going to paste it here. We are the first to find this bad boy. That is another point for the Soulless, who has taken actually a reasonable lead in points, but the cleric is still keeping up with him because of his fame. So that is 2. So we searched. Well, we snuck, we searched. I'm going to turn this in. Possess a deep treasure and a treasure. Complete this mission at the altar. Remove the treasures from the game. So these 2 get removed from the game. Done. We discard them. Oops. I'm just going to put them there. We get 1 legend point again. So that's 5. 20 fame is 48 fame. So that puts him well in the lead. And then he does get to roll, based on his intelligence, 5 of these dice. So copy, paste, paste, paste. He rolls 5 of these dice because his int, see, that's the last symbol is the brain. We compare it to his brain, 5. We roll 5 variable dice, and now we get 28 gold and 2 more fame. So 50 fame. And 28 gold gives him 38 gold. Done. He also takes an outlaw token because this was a quote unquote an atrocity, is what. That's going to hurt him a little bit at the end of the game, potentially. It also means he has a hard time haggling because he's a bad guy, technically. So, so that is 2. three moves because he has to do technically a complete a mission. And for the fourth, I think we're gonna loot the thing. I don't think there's any reason not to loot the altar. Who knows? Maybe we find something that makes it obvious we should kill this demon. How's that? Grabby hands. He gets the top three, and he gets to pick one. I mean, this guy is sort of rocking on the luck here. So the tricky ring gives him the ability to what? A gray spell cube placed here increases the hero's attack speed by 1. Hmm. Okay, I'm taking that. That is so useful. It is more useful than the gloves, unfortunately. Because he can use this here and this to cast a fiery chasm, and now fiery chasm could be up to, well, 1, 2, 3. Well, it's not as good as we think actually. So maybe we hold off on that. Well, he's going to take it because he can't otherwise use anything else. So that's another point and another 5 fame, though. When he shows that to the world, done. So I don't know. That is a big deal. He is rocking it for sure, and that is his day. So the gloves, if you see, they take up both hand slots, and the ring takes up a hand slot. So it is not possible to overlap. That's why you can't equip both of them. So something either fits in one or both of the slots, and the gloves fit on both of the slots, as you can see by the symbol there. Now, if he just found another ring, he could put it on and put both of these rings on, but it's either one or the other in this case. He still gets the points for it, and that puts him actually, now he has 11. He has 11 points, so he is now officially winning. Like, before the turn, he was tied-ish, but now he's just taken the lead because he found the altar, he turned in a quest, he found an epic treasure. So that's 3 points right there. Bam, bam, bam. Plus the fame award. So he does shoot into the lead. Let's roll for some monsters at the end of the day here. Mountains are going to draw, but we are safe there. And bones are going to draw. Also safe there. I mean, wow, that's been good. That has been very, very good. I mean, I think everyone has acquitted themselves pretty well so far. And if the demon finds him, he just pops this vapor cube and goes vapor, but he'll have to leave and rest somewhere, though. Let's maybe roll with a day, 1 more or 2 more days before we sort of call it, just because it's getting late. So that's a good question, Theron. So at first, when I saw the tricky ring, I'm like, well, that's you can switch when you pick something up. You can either switch at the beginning of the day when you pick something up, when you loot something, and then, or if you alert. So if you alert during the day, you can rearrange all your equipment. Plus, you get to play an extra cube in combat, so alerting is sort of useful. So here's why I don't think the Tricky Ring is as useful as I thought it was. So if I were to equip that, then I would play a gray on here to increase my attack speed by 1. But here's the point. I already can't play enough brown, but I already have enough brown slots and brown cubes to play all that I can play when I'm casting my attack spell. Like, if I alert, the best I can do is... Because you still can't play more than 5 or 6 cubes. It's not like this gives me an extra cube, unless it doesn't count against my limit. But it doesn't say it doesn't count against my limit, so I'm guessing it counts against my limit. So that would be more useful if I didn't have as many brown cubes, didn't have as many brown slots. Like, this guy's already optimized to do 3 attack cubes and 3 spell, and that's what he does. So what I really need is something that just ups my attack speed for free instead of by playing another cube, because I don't have any more cubes to play. The limit of 5 or 6 is the limit. There's a lot of characters for this, which this is useful. If I don't have brown cubes, but I'm a magician, for instance, of some sort, and I don't have brown cubes, but I have a gray, this could be very useful. But not quite, not where I'm at. Oh, it could be used. So let's say this guy had it, and he had a gray cube because you can find books that give you cubes and so on. But if he has a gray cube, super useful. Why? Because I can only play 2. This is all I get. This is it. That's all I can play here. So casting Fireball, the max speed I can get is 3. With this, I could get technically 4 if I had the ability, if I were to be able to use this. Now, he can't use it because he has no gray. But it's not like he couldn't get a gray. So that's sort of where we're at. It's not useful for this guy. And I do love, I will say, I love that about all the treasures, right? The treasures are so conditionally amazing or useful or not for this guy, right? So he has the Staff of the Magi, which means he doesn't wound when he plays his spells. So that's great. He can cast Fiery Chasm over and over and over, and that's awesome. Or he can cast Rule Undead over and over and not wound. Huge deal. That's a great tool for him. Not as great for the Cleric. Not quite as useful for the Cleric. And so on. So let's go one more day here at least. I don't know if I clicked that or not, but let's do day 14, 15. So the Sorcerer here... So he's all rested up. The problem with the race is if you don't sneak, you're not getting away. Like, he is all over you. But, having said that, I have a buckler and I have leathers. So maybe this is fine. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to alert. I am going to sneak. And I am going to head in. And of course, we have to check to see if we are found. We are not found. So we are hidden. Done. The Cleric. I think the Cleric is, yes, the Cleric's out of dodge for now. He has no money at this point in time. Does he have anything to sell? Doesn't have anything to sell, the poor guy. Like, he's done all this stuff, but he has nothing to show for it. Some fame, some notoriety, right? And how's the crypt doing? Is the crypt looted out? Crypt is looted out, right? Yeah, it's one treasure. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And we will sneak, and there you go. And finally, the soulless. Well, because he can, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to sneak and see if he gets found. Because he's ended an action with a monster. The monster doesn't find him. So now he's hidden. That means the rest of the day hidden. That's good. And he's going to loot the damn altar. Because really, it's all come up soulless, man. The soulless sort of wins this game today. Good for him. All right, so let's roll. 1 and grabby. So we're just going to take the top treasure. Done. It's mithril chainmail, which we can't do anything with, but it is an epic. 7 and 60. So he now has 13 points. That's the first loot. Second loot. 1. He takes the top pick. Helm of True Sight. Again, he can't wear it because he has no red cubes. But you know what? He'll take it, and he's going to show everybody so that they get all annoyed. The cleric's like, I could use that. That's 2. And then finally, the third loot. I'm just going to put those here. Now there's only 3 left, and he gets the third. So we pick the third off the bottom. And it's the Elven Amulet. And the Elven Amulet is... Oh, he did finish his altar mission. I did that as soon as I did it, yes. And Elven Amulet may reroll a search in woods. Done. Of all the treasures, that might be the most utilitarian that he's found there, but it's no points. So wah, he's sort of sad. Let's roll to see what's what. And we're going to get caves, which is going to draw giant bats. Oh my. And kobolds. So we get 1 giant bat on the sorcerer. I'm going to be interested to see how this goes. And 3 kobolds. And that is a mess, by the way. that is a disaster. Absolutely a disaster. We do have the newcomers try to block him and they don't, so he is still fine and hidden. I don't know how I feel about any of that. I don't like that at all. That is oh, it's only 3 kobolds, right? So 1, 2, 3. Yes. So let's look at this little menagerie here. This is quite the rogues gallery. Like the Wraith by himself, I would tentacle him and then kill him. I think that would work. And don't get me wrong, the Wraith's a badass. Like the Wraith is a scary dude. He has 4 hit points. So you have to do 4 damage. That's a lot of damage to have to be done to the Wraith. And a single fireball to him might kill him, but you got to hit him with it. But you add all this, and ugh, yeesh, that is not okay. And again, you might get lucky, but these are all fairly fast creatures. And you can only target how many? 4 of them, I think. Yeah, 4 targets. I think we just stay hidden, and we are we are done with this. With I think that's it. It's a lot of dudes. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think I'm going. I do think I'm going to call it because it's 11:30 and I do need to work tomorrow, unfortunately. So I would that was a I that was super interesting. By the way, now the Solus one by leaps and bounds. Obviously, we would play another 15 days or some such, and the other characters would definitely have a shot to do more and get themselves back into the swing of things. But man, the Solus just took the hell off. Um, Obviously, a get out of jail free card helps. This vapor form with a gray cube ready helps. Fiery chasm was not as effective as maybe, but we only met really we only had the ability to use it against a single giant. So the demon is immune to it because he flies, and so on. I enjoyed the hell out of that one. Like that was a good one. So hopefully, though you came in a little late and only got the tail half, at least you got some of the joy of that. And man, he just ran away with that. And then you would go sell, right, and buy. I would argue more. He found a treasure with a vendor that gave you a red cube. He had a blue cube. Like he could have had a ton of cubes. And the nice thing is, at the very least, you can wound them. Now, mind you, the problem with him wounding anything is he only has a heart and no armor. So the red cube would have been useful because you could then wear some armor. Like this, for instance. You could wear this with a single red cube. So that's what he would have probably gone back and gotten, put on the mithril, and then he goes from Cloud to Nazgul at that point. So I had a great deal of fun. I hope it was at least enjoyable to watch. I'm going to save over my old game with this one. Maybe we continue this. Oops, I didn't want to. Maybe we continue this at some point. I do want to. Yeah, no, the different characters feel wildly different. I think that's sort of the fun of the game. It looks pretty simple. Oh, you have some cubes and they go in different places, but everybody feels wildly different. And an elf sorcerer might be wildly different than a dwarf sorcerer. The fact that there was a half orc cleric as opposed to another type of cleric made him able to kill these two knights and complete his mission. So very, very interesting. Said I'm very impressed with overall this game. I do think we will probably see in the future some expansion to what you can do with these natives. Since again, I know Scott's a Magic Realm fan, and one of Magic Realm's big things is you can hire folks, and that again changes the game. If you have friends, that changes fights. So very very interesting. So anyway, thank you, Theron. JJ, of course, good to see you again. And Scott, I definitely appreciate you coming in and answering some questions and hanging out. Um, Thanks a lot. I mean, we'll said I will either so Friday and Saturday I'm unavailable. Tomorrow night I'm thinking of playing either I I'm such a sucker. Owl World or Enshrouded, the two new survival games which have dropped. And I'm fascinated by both of those. Not a big Pokemon monster capture fan, but my kids are, so might want to see what one or both of those games look like. So probably be trying to do that tomorrow. I really do need to get back into a swing of episodic Skyrim. I'll try to do that. Let's see where all that goes. Um, so we'll see what happens. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. Like I said, Theron, JJ, and Scott, good to see you, and have a good night. Oh, how's do you, so before I leave, how's Enshrouded? Did you enjoy it? I played half an hour. I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm sort of excited about it. Pow World, strangely enough, if the idea of Pokemon, quote unquote, Digimon, pocket monsters, um, doesn't offend you, it's pretty good so far. So I'm enjoying both of those. So let's at least get one in there. I'm thinking of sort of putting a rest to Fallout New Vegas and maybe putting one of these games on the rotation. So anyway, have a good night. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you later. Good night. Oh, your first survival game, so you liked it. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun so far. I mean, we'll see. I've only played a half an hour or so, so I don't quite have most of it down, but I did see the building at least, and I saw the skill tree, which looks at least extensive. Yeah, I don't know yet, but it looks pretty cool. So yeah. All right, there. Yes, I agree.